Okay, this is a shout out to all the chess players who were born in 1986. I don't know what you were doing in 1986. If you were already born and you were a chess player, maybe you would be interested in this informator, Sakowski informator, because it has nearly 800 games inside. From 1986 there is also a section with all the rating of every professional chess player, it seems. So this was the publication you would go to discover what was the rating, because in 1986 probably there was no internet that would tell you. At the end of the volume there is a part which is all the table basis of the results of the tournaments that were played in that period, and there is also training about endgames and training about combinations, so it's very, very exciting as a book for professionals. With that said, I would like to show you the games because I'm curious to see if I will ever be able to achieve reading one informator from cover to cover. So why do I tell you this? Because one time I was speaking with Grandmaster Feingold and I asked him, but did you ever read the informator from cover to cover? And he said yes, more than one issue. So it seems that for professional was a must to read all the games. I honestly don't know if it's useful or not, in how long they did it, why they did it, how much attention they put in both games. But obviously before ChessBase, in 1986 probably was quite before ChessBase, you had to have all these books with you, or you have to have a great memory a la Fischer, right? Otherwise, how would you find the information about a certain opening or a certain player? So let's start to see the book, okay? The first game of the book. Okay, so this is game 1, Hodgson, which is rated at 2500 against S. Agdestein 2545. Agdestein was played this in London 1986. Agdestein is one of the main coaches of Carlsen. Notice this is 1986. Carlsen would be born 4 years later, right, in 1990. So Carlsen, it didn't exist in this historical period. Hodgson is a very famous British player, English player, so I think he has won some championship in England. Plus, of course, it's a grandmaster, so definitely a top player. G3. I was going a little too far. D5, knight f3, knight f6. Notice in this issue of the informator, you can see that the game is in bold and the comments are not in bold. The comments are between parentheses. So at least this is a little clear. But however, I want to tell you, it's really, really thick. The commentary, so I don't know what to tell you. Bishop g2, c6, d3, and here it's considered a novelty with h6. Before probably they played bishop f5, and it was played knight h4 with a kind of uncertain evaluation. So played h6. Since black played h6, which means he cannot play bishop g5. Guess what? White played b3, right? Because then he wants to put the bishop here. Bishop f5. This is interesting. Why this is a good square? Because it doesn't seem a good square, right? Bishop e2, e6. So it turns out that black wanted just to put the bishop out and close this diagonal to develop the other bishop. Knight bd2, and now there is bishop c5, which is given an exclamation point saying that it's a good move. e4, d takes e4, d takes e4, knight takes e4, knight takes e4, queen takes d1, obviously rook takes d1 because otherwise you could lose that, rook takes d1, bishop e4, so, and now there is bishop g7, boom, and rook h7. Here there is a line. Notice we are in 1986, so the line they give are not checked by computer because I don't think they had strong computers at all. Probably they had computer programs that maybe they were 1700, 1800, maybe even 1900 strength, but I don't think stronger than that. Maybe not stronger than that. Yeah, and definitely not with the understanding the chess engine have today. Bishop f6, obviously this is a beautiful move because checkmate, and obviously boom. Now you should ask yourself why black didn't play knight d7, right? Because knight d7 is not good. He can play rook takes d7, and once he played rook takes d7, if you play king takes d7, there is knight e5, discovery check, and takes on e4. So please check it by yourself, but knight d7 wasn't the move to play, it seems. Also, if there was a possibility to draw, to equalize, if played the right move, okay? In any case, he played bishop e7, and that's what he played. Bishop takes e7, king takes e7, rook d2, knight a6, and king e2. Boom! Very interesting move, right? Rook h8. So the rooks are preparing to double up on, or to double, or to try to control the d file, but probably not with good results. King e3, f5, rook h d1. And now there is knight b4, which is a dubious move. It was better to play rook h d8, which would have led to a equalization of the position. Instead, now rook d7, it's a great move because it takes control of the 7th rank, and then for the price maybe of a pawn you continue the attack there, right? Rook f6, c4, and knight takes a2, which is great, I think. It was better obviously to play c5, but we don't care. Why c5? Because c5 would defend b7, right? But he didn't do that. So what happened at this point, it's even worse for black. You could try to guess what is the white next move, because it's a nice move, I think. It's a very nice move. Boom! Knight e5. And now, of course, you need to calculate, is it better bishop g2 or king takes e5? In the game, Agustin, that is, however, a great grandmaster, played king take e5. And now probably there is a kind of mating net, right? What do I mean with mating net? Because he's playing rook f7, which means if he can play f4, the game is over. Bishop d5, obviously is trying to scramble and make the king escape, but c5 takes that away, so we still have this checkmate threat, right? And now black blunders. He could have played an amazing move. I don't know if you can find it. It's definitely interesting. The amazing move was bishop f3. Boom! Because after bishop f3, at least black can recover. He can play rook af8 and do something, right? White will have an advantage, which is a small advantage, but at least is not getting checkmated. Instead, guess what? Black played f4. As you can see, I don't understand why he played f4. Because g takes f4 and this is over. So this is the game number 1 of the Sachowski Informator for 1986, issue 42. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will like to see many more games from this Informator in the future. Let me know if you like it. The idea of seeing all the games and see if that improves our chess understanding and make us better player. Thank you for watching.